How to find a web designer is a question I get all the time, so I thought I would make a quick video about it. So, if you are in need of a website designer for your business but don't know where to start, this one is for you. Stay tuned. Hi everybody and welcome to another Q&A session brought to you by rankingacademy.co.uk. So today's question is how to find a website designer. Although this seems like a straightforward question, I think it deserves some clarification. Whenever a small business owner asks me this question, I always answer with another question, which is, what are you actually trying to do? Invariably, the response is always the same. I want to build a website for my business. There is clearly some confusion amongst the local business community between designing and building websites. In theory, a website designer will take care of the design of a site, while a web developer will actually build a website based on the designs. In practice, very few small businesses can afford to commission a web designer as well as a web developer. So whenever someone says to me, how do I find a website designer? What they really mean is, how do I find someone who can design and build a website for my business which looks professional and doesn't cost me an arm and a leg? This is generally difficult because most of the time very few people are able to do design and development equally well. And searching in Google for the keyword website creation is not really helpful as it returns a staggering 390 million results. Okay, I realize I am not helping a great deal here, so let's get down to business. There are actually two important factors you must consider before embarking on a web designer search. First, you must spend time specifying in details what you want your website to achieve. Let's imagine you own a bridal shop. You might want a gallery to display all the dresses, a contact form for people to send you a message, a blog section where you will be able to publish regular articles, etc. Write everything down and use screenshots from other websites as examples to illustrate exactly what you mean. This little exercise should produce the blueprint for your site. The more specific you are, the easier it will be for whoever you choose to build your site to come up with the right price and deliver the right product. The second factor you must think about is who will be managing your website moving forward. This is equally important yet overlooked by many business owners. Without the shadow of a doubt, you will need at some point to change, update, or add some content to your site. Do you feel comfortable enough doing this yourself, or will you be relying on your website designer? Whichever option you choose will have an impact on your business later on. I realize I still haven't answered the question, but I thought it was important to highlight these points as they will play a very big part in your decision process. Once you've defined your website requirements and how you will be managing your content, you can start searching for the right website designer / developer. As I highlighted earlier, most small business owners cannot afford to commission a web designer as well as a web developer. So the biggest challenge for you is to find somebody who can do both fairly well. So let's have a look at a few options. Word of mouth. Hearing recommendations about services from a trustworthy source such as a friend is still as powerful as ever. If you know someone who's already happily working with a web professional who produced a website for them, then you should get in touch, submit your requirements, and take it from there. Obviously, don't make a blind decision. Anyone claiming to make a living out of building websites should have an online portfolio, so don't forget to check them out too. Do not just rely on your friend's opinion. If you don't know anyone who knows a website designer, then what you can also do is check local businesses' websites in your area. Very often, small business websites are built by small agencies or freelancers. These web professionals very often put a link to their own website in the footer of their client's website. This is a cheeky way of promoting themselves. All you need to do is click on the links and see if these guys can help you out with your own website. There are two advantages of using this method. One, you are likely to find a local agency or freelancer which is a better option than someone who lives miles away. Two, if they have built a website for a local business in your area, it is likely they will be able to build a website for you too and within your price range. If you are unsuccessful with the two methods I have just described, you can use Google Maps. Go to Google Maps and search for website designer or website creation. Google Maps will display all the website design services that are local to you. Just go and check whether or not any of these would be suitable candidates. Select 2 or 3, get in touch with them and ask them to send you a quote based on your blueprint. This is once again a way of sourcing local website designers. You may have noticed that all of these methods mostly rely on sourcing local services. This is because I believe it is the most efficient way of working when it comes to website design. You certainly can choose anyone you want across the globe. We live in a digital world after all, but I find it more efficient to work with someone near me, as most of the time they will be much faster to deliver and understand my needs. If you take away only one thing from this video, it should be this: spend as much time as you can defining what type of website you want and how you are planning on maintaining it. Failing to do so will cost you more money and heartache in the long run. For those of you who want more information about website costs, I invite you to watch another one of my videos called How Much Does It Cost to Build a Website for a Small Business? Don't forget to put your comments in the box below, and if you have any questions, drop me an email at lucdurand@rankingacademy.co.uk. I hope you've enjoyed this session and to see you soon at rankingacademy.co.uk.